Hi everyone and welcome to this video. So in this video I'm going to be talking about a very important concept, and that is the concept of filtering. Now we have some of our API views, and some of these are actually to list all our objects as they are in a database. For example, we have the view that's responsible for returning all our posts as they are in our database. Now what I'll do is to go right in our Insomnia right here. And when I make a request to our posts endpoint, we actually see that it's returning all our lists as they are in our database. The problem with this is every time we query for all the posts that are in our database, it's actually going to be returning a list of posts as they are in a database, but it's not going to be able to return them based on some of the rows that we've set. Now that's where filtering comes in. We can be able to have a query set of all the posts, but then be able to return a list of posts based on some role that we've defined. And in this video, we're going to be implementing that using Django REST Framework. There are other ways to be able to do this, but I'm going to be covering the way that we shall be doing it with Django REST Framework, and I'm going to make separate videos, actually videos outside this course, looking at some other ways you can be able to achieve this. So what I'm going to do is to head over to our VS Code, and the first thing I'll do is to create a new view. So this view is going to be responsible for returning posts for a given user or a post for a given author. So I'll just come right in here and create a class. So sorry for this, it's going to be a class, and I'm simply going to call this list posts for author. And once I have this, I'm going to basically make it a generic API view and then use mixins to return our query set of posts. So I'll just come right in here and say that we're going to have this as generics.generic API view. And once we have this, then we shall also provide our mixin. So I imported the mixins. We are going to access the list model mixin. And once you have the list model mixin, I'll just simply go ahead and right in here, I'm going to just define our HTTP method. So our HTTP method in this case is going to be the get method, and it's going to take in self as well as our request object and a bunch of positional arguments as well as keyword arguments. So once we have this, then the next thing is going to be to define an action that's going to allow us to return our query set of posts. So this is going to be our return, and in this case we shall return self.list. Now this is going to be taking in our request, and it's going to take in our arguments or our positional arguments, and it will also take in our keyword arguments. So once we have this, then the next thing is actually going to be to define our query set. So I'm just simply going to come at the top here, and the first thing I'll define is going to be the query set that's going to determine how we're going to query our database for all our posts. So I'll just come right here and say that we're going to have our query set being equal to, so we have our post model. Then we shall use our manager, which is objects, to get all our posts. And once you have that, then we're also going to define our serializer class. So I'll do that with serializer class, and our serializer class is going to be our post serializer. And I'm also going to define some of the permissions right here. Since we are returning posts for a given author, what we actually need is for the author to be authenticated. So I'm going to do that with permission classes. And in this case, we shall provide a permission class as is authenticated. I think I imported it. Now, right after doing this, then the next thing is going to be to define how we are going to customize this request. But the way we're going to do this, actually, before we actually do this, let's just create a URL and try to test this endpoint out. So I'm going to save right here. And when I save, I'm going to head over to our project or our app. And then within our URLs, I am simply going to create a new post or a new URL. And I'm simply going to create this with path. And then we shall say this is going to be posts for, so I'm just going to say post for current user. I implemented a route that does this, but in this case I just want you to be able to see this example. I'm just going to call this post for current user, and then we shall be able to access our view. So I'm just going to come here and provide views, and in this case we shall have list post for author. Then we're going to call it as view method, and then once you have that, I'll just simply give this a name, and our name is going to be posts for So we're going to just call this post for current user. Now, once we have this, then we are going to first test this out. So I'll copy our URL right here. And when I go to our insomnia here, I'm going to create a new request. So this is going to be for getting all posts for current user. So this is going to be for our current user. It's going to be a GET request. So I'm going to create it. And this will be our request to localhost 8000 / in this case to be on the /posts endpoint, and we are going to provide the URL. So when I send this, you now see that we don't have authentication credentials provided, therefore we need an access token. So I'm just going to come right here in our headers and I'll create a new authorization header. And within our authorization header, I'll simply provide the value of bearer and then our token. So I'm actually going to create one. I'm going to copy this token right here, hoping it's not expired yet. When we go to our URL, I'll provide our token, and when we send, we actually return all the posts as they are in our database. So now our URL is working, or our endpoint is working. So the way we're going to customize this view is by redefining our get query set method. So the get query set method is one that allows us to actually define how we're going to return a list of posts. But it's going to work hand in hand with our query set method right here to be able to define how we are returning our posts. So if there is any way we want to customize the way we're returning our posts, then we need to do that in the get query set method. So how I'll do that is by coming right here and defining a function that's going to be called get query set. And within our get query set method, then I'm just simply going to come and define how we're going to return our posts. Now, if we want to return posts for the currently logged in user, we're going to need to access the user objects that's within our request. So to do that, I'll just simply come right in here and then I'll say that our user is going to be equal to self. So this is going to give us access to our request object, and then within our request object, we shall have our user. So once we have our user, then all we need to do is to return posts for our user. So to do that, we shall just come and say posts or return. In this case, it's going to be post.objects. And then in this case, we shall use the filter method. And then we are going to basically describe what we shall return. So in this case, we want to return objects for which the user is the currently logged in user. So we shall do that via author. And then we shall define our author as our current user. So I'm going to go ahead and save. So let's try to actually make this request once again. Now, as you may notice, we have a bunch of objects right here. So when you go ahead and send this right now, we actually see that's returning the objects, but the objects is returning, it's a short list, which means that's actually returning our post for the current user. Now, this is the way we can be able to use our request user object to return, or basically use our authentication to be able to carry this out. Another way is by using our path parameters in our URLs. So the way to do that is by just coming right in here and redefining some other things. So let's just start with our URLs. So what I'm going to do is to change this for posts. I can change this URL to something like posts for, and then let's say when I come here, I can provide a username. And this is going to be the username of our user for which we want to get all posts. So I'll go ahead and save this. And when I save this within our views, and I'm going to change this from our user to our username. So I'll have to remove this. So in this case, we're going to access our username from our URL. And it's going to be within our keyword argument. So we are going to access it via self.quags. And then in this case, shall say .get. Then shall access our username. And once we get our username, then all we need to do is to get the author who has that username. So to do that, I'll just simply come right in here and then use field lookups. I'll make a separate video talking about field lookups in the Django RM. And the way this works is to basically look into a model, and when we define a field on that model, we can be able to access something. So for example, in this case, when you have our author, we can be able to access the username of our author object via __, and then we provide our username. So once we have this, then we can be able to check if the username is equal to the username that we are actually providing within our URL. So when you go ahead and do this, I'm going to go ahead and save. So let's see what's going to happen. Now in this case, our URL is going to change from post for current to posts. And in this case, it's actually going to be posts for. Then let's say we are going to provide our name. And let's say in this case, we're going to provide a name of John Doe, which is our user. So hoping that that is our user. So when you go right here, we're going to check. This is for the admin. Actually, this is the admin. Let's try just for the admin. So when I go to our getting all posts for the user, here, I'll just come and provide our name as admin. And when I send, in this case, we are seeing posts not found. So it seems like we've made an error. So our URL is for posts for. So let's actually just do for admin. When I send, it's actually, we are returning posts that belong to our user who is admin. So let's try another user. So I think within our posts, so let me check our users. So we have a user called John Doe. So let's provide our username for John Doe. So when I come right here and provide the username of John Doe and send, this is actually going to return all the posts that belong to the user John Doe. So we've been able to look at how we can be able to return posts for a user basing on our getQuerySet method. Another way we can be able to do this is by using our query parameters. So what I'll do is to go right in here, and instead of using our username provided within our path parameters, we're going to look at how we can be able to return our username via our query parameters. So instead of saving quags.get username, in this case, what I can do is to come right in here and say that we shall have our self dot. In this case, we shall have our request objects, and then within our request object, we shall be able to access our query parameters. So I'll just say self.request. Actually, it's going to be self.query params. So shall be able to access our query params, and then shall get our username. And once we get our username, then all we need to do is to just use the same query as we used here. So I'm going to also have to provide the default, and our default in this case is going to be, so what I'll do is to just define our default as none. So once you have that, then all I have to do is to just come right in here, and what I have to do is to just check if our username is not none, because when you don't have our username, it's actually going to return for us an error. So I'll just come right here and say if username is not none, that's when you provide the username. Then what we're going to do is to actually be able to get our posts using our username. So in this case, we shall just come and say that we shall have our posts being equal to our objects with our username. So we shall just come and define return, and this is going to return our posts given our username. And else, what we need is to just return our query set. So I'll just come right here and say else return. So in this case, I'll just come and say else return, and I'll just return self.query set. So let's try this out. So what I'll do is to just come and save here navis.py. I'll head over to our URLs, and then I remove our path parameter. So we're just going to have /posts4, and that will be able to return our posts. So when I save, we're going to go back to our Insomnia right here, and I hope our server is still running. We don't have any issues. So when I go back here, I'm going to first query for all the posts. So in this case, we're going to go to the /posts4 URL, and when I send, it's actually we are having an error. So we do not evaluate the .queryset attribute directly. As a result, will be cached and reused between query sets. So in this case, what I'm going to do is to just use our getQuerySet method. So I'll just come and actually change that. So in this case, what I have to do is to define our query set. So I'm just going to come here, and all I have to do is we shall have our query set attribute or variable. I'm just going to create a query set variable, and this is going to be for our post dot we actually wrote it here, so I won't repeat myself. I'll just come and copy it just like we have here. And when I copy it, I'll just return it here and paste it. And when I paste it, we shall be able to return our query set just like we have it here. And in case we have our username not being none, then we are going to return that query. So when I save, hoping that our server is running, I'm going to go back to our URL or to our Insomnia right here. And when I send this, we now see that this is actually returning all posts as we have them in the database. So let's try to provide a query parameter for our username. So the way we're going to do that is by coming right here, and I'm just simply going to come and say that we're going to provide our username. And our username in this case is going to be, let's say, our admin. So when we have this, when I send, we now see that posts are being written, and these are posts for the admin. So let's say we provided our username of John Doe. In this case, when I send, we're going to be able to return posts for our user John Doe. In this video, we've been able to look at filtering, and this is actually basic filtering. Thank you for watching, and if you've liked this video, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye.